Now we are going to take a look at chords. So we'll start with very basic chords, okay? And once I teach you how to switch and how to strum, then we can visit some backing tracks using which you can practice the chords. Anyway, so the first chord we are going to take a look at is C major. So you have already practiced the pre-chord exercises and you are well aware of this shape, right? So for C major, what we do, we put our third finger on 5th string, 3rd fret, second finger on 4th string, 2nd fret, third string is open, and first finger on second string, 1st fret, and first string is open. So while holding chord, it's a common problem later on that people don't visualize the open strings. So your chords actually are comprised of the fingers that you're putting as well as the open strings that you're playing. So here we've got two open strings, the first and third string, and we are muting the 6th string with the help of our thumb. So this is our C major. So once you hold C major, make sure that you check each and every string, and if any string is not ringing, the most common problem is the third string and the first string. Okay, so two open strings are there which you might face problem. And for many people, many of my students, it took them many months to play C properly by keeping their thumb here. Okay, so if you are not getting sound of the first string, if you are putting the thumb here, then don't worry, it might take some time, and do more chromatic exercises, so that will actually help you. Anyway, so this is our C, and the next chord that we are going to take a look at is A minor, and follow the instructions properly because the chords that we have selected have some connection between them. Okay, so from C to A minor, just remove the third finger, leaving the other two fingers intact. Okay, I removed the third finger and I'm bringing it on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, and this is my A minor. And here the open strings are, the 5th string is open, this is the A note, if you can remember, E, B, G, D, A, E. So this is A, and first string is open. So while bringing your third finger, you might have to adjust the other fingers to make room for the third finger. That's okay, but don't lift the fingers off. So this is C, then this is A minor, and we'll take one more chord for this lesson, that is E minor. So E minor is actually the first shape of the pre-chord exercise. So from A minor to E minor, it's like this. You bring these two fingers together, treat these two as a single unit. And one more thing, when you are holding chords initially, your little finger tends to move away from the guitar, so it's natural, but make sure that you try and keep the 4th finger by the side of the 3rd finger. Okay, later on we'll be needing it, not right now, but it's always better to get used to this thing. Anyway, so right now we have 3 chords and we would like to master the change between each and every chord. So let's take C to A minor. As I've already told you, count 1, 2, 3, 4 and then switch. So you can use the metronome for switching the chord as well. So let's start a metronome. 2, 3, 4. This is 60 beats per minute. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to C. 2, 3, 4. Play along. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? We are not doing anything with the right hand right now, just getting used to the chords. And now we can take A minor to E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. E minor, 2, 3, 4. Alright, this is very easy. A minor to E minor is very easy. Now, a little bit challenging one is E minor to C, but this one we already did in pre-chord exercise, if you can remember. So for E minor to C transition, one thing you have to remember, just get the fingers down in their own sequence from the top strings to the bottom strings. Okay, so from E minor, when we are going to C, I'll target the third finger on fifth string third fret, then sequentially, and eventually my fingers will come together. Okay, so it will take some time, don't worry right now. Okay, so 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. If all the fingers are not coming in one, big deal, make sure that you bring the third finger at least in the first beat. Okay, so after getting used to this, we can take few chord progressions, and we'll do some strumming as well right now. So if you are taking a chord progression like C, A minor, E minor, A minor, this is the first chord progression we are going to learn. Then on the right hand, what we are going to do, we are taking basic downstrokes. Per chord we are going to take 4 downstrokes, 1 2 3 4. And now when it comes to strumming, you have to follow a few guidelines, then it's very easy. So what you'll be doing is your wrists should be very loose. Okay, just see. And strumming is a combination of two things, the wrist movement and the arm movement. So if you are strumming with only arm movement, then it's going to be difficult. Or if you are doing with only wrist movement, then also it's going to be difficult. But if you combine the wrist movement with the arm movement, then it's very easy and comfortable. Okay, so just see what I'm doing. It's like shaking the thermometer, same movement. So 1 2, so we'll mute it first. 1 2 3 4. And while doing a down strum, make sure that you have to strum the strings in such a way so that you don't get a dragging sound. We don't want so many notes, we just want a single beat. So 1 2 3 4. All right, so let's take a look at this. First, before strumming, you should get used to the chord progression, like 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. You'll get a backing track to practice along. So 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Then back to C, 2 3 4, in a loop basically. 2 3 4, E minor, 2 3 4, A minor, 2 3 4. Okay, now stop the video here and practice, and then come back. And the next chord progression we are going to take is E minor, C, A minor, E minor. Okay, so here we have to practice the E minor to C chord switching. So 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. And in case you are not being able to bring the fingers together in the first beat, make sure that you bring at least one finger and don't strum so many strings, strum a little bit. Okay, try to bring these two, because by now, if you have practiced properly, I'm sure that you'll be able to do this switch. Okay, and if these two fingers are coming, don't bother strumming all 6 strings, all 5 strings, because the 6th string is muted. You can strum till the 3rd string. So for that, you have to make sure that you limit the movement of the right hand. That will do. Okay, so 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. The progression again starts with E minor, C, A minor, E minor. Alright, so this is how you can practice these two chord progressions, and if you wish, you can use these chords and form your own chord progression. Okay, And now we are going to take a look at two new chords, E major and A major. You know, when you write major chord, you just write the name only, the letter only. E, if it's written, it means a major chord, if you are representing a chord, okay? And for minor, you write a small m. So you already know E minor, right? E minor is a 6-string chord, and E major is also a 6-string chord. With E minor, you just add the first finger on the 3rd string, 1st fret. So it's 5th string, 2nd fret, 2nd finger, 4th string, 2nd fret, 3rd finger, okay? And you play all 6 strings. And here the thumb position will be, you just lift the thumb a little bit so that you don't mute the 6th string. So this is my E major, and next chord is A major. And if you just bring these 2 fingers down like you do in A minor and put your 4th finger on the 2nd fret, 2nd string, it gives you A major, okay? And A major is again a 5-string chord, the 6th string is muted, so E and A, alright? And many people hold A like this, okay, but I prefer this fingering, it's up to you, but this is very handy. And since you are used to the E minor to A minor shifting, then I hope that this is also very easy. Same concept, these 2 fingers should be brought together. And now, as I said, that whenever you are not using the 4th finger, keep it close to the 3rd finger, it will be of some use. Right now you can see the use. When you are going to E, if you are keeping it close to the 3rd finger, then actually you can move it in no time, alright? So E, A, and the next chord we are going to take a look at is a B major. So B major is like this, you hold A major up a whole step. Whole step means 2 frets. It's a technical term. If you are going to the next fret, you know, the immediate next fret, this way or this way, it's called half step, okay? What is whole? 2 halves make whole, so half is a whole step. So this is a whole step, okay? So if you move A major from 2nd fret to the 4th fret and you put your first finger on the 2nd fret 1st string, this is B major, okay? This is a bit difficult for beginners, and here you are not supposed to play the 6th and the 5th string, so you play 4 strings. And later on, you know, B we play using bar chord shapes. So most people play B using bar chord shapes, but we are going to keep it simple. Don't worry about the bar chord shapes. And if you find this shape too difficult, then big deal, remove the 1st finger and play the 1st string open. This is actually B add 11. Later on I'll tell you what it means. Just think that this is B, a variation of B, okay? So if you move A up a whole step, you get B. So right now we've got 3 new chords, E, A and B. And we can form different chord progressions using E, A and B. So let's take the chord progression, E, A, B and A, alright? So first get used to E and A shifting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can learn your first song using only E and A chord, you know. The link is here below. All you need to do is to search in YouTube and learn a song using these 2 chords, and there I have also discussed how you can sing using these chords, alright? Anyway, so E to A is easy and A to B is also easy because you are just shifting the same shape. So let's take a look at the chord progression. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, let's repeat it a few times. E, A. If you find this too difficult, then remove the finger off, back to A, and keep playing over and over, at at least for 4-5 minutes. Alright, so we are going to take a few more chord progressions. This one is a bit tricky. E, B, A, B. Alright, so here E, then B. So this jump is a bit tricky. So what you can do, you know how to switch from E to A, right? So if you move the E shape here and bring it down, then the transition is going to be a little bit smoother. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then A, then B. Back to E. E, 2, 3, 4. B, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. B, 2, 3, 4. Alright? And now one more chord progression you can take. B, A, again E. Alright? So repeat this.